Hello, 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 hello. Woo. Hola. Saludos. Buitiguño. Buenas noches para todos. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. How are you doing, guys? It's been a quiet days that we haven't been here. However, we are back. We was quite busy, but we are here, and we have a great topic today. So, you already know that we never start this program without saying thanks to our Father for providing this moment for me to be here and speak to you through this screen. So, we just want to give thanks and let Him be the one that's going to take over for this podcast tonight. So, in the name of Jesus, amen. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Our topic today is going to be quite interesting. The last topic that we spoke about some issues about the gentlemen's, how to dress up on a first date. However, this time we got a letter to speak about um, men and pre-ejaculation, premature ejaculation. That's going to be the topic. Um, as you already know, I am not a professional. I am not a MD. I am not a um, sex therapist. However, I tend to, whenever I get a question or there's a topic of interest, especially for our community, I usually do my little research and talk about the issues. So today is going to be premature ejaculation. This is specifically for the guys, for the men. Huh. So it's quite interesting, right? I was reading about it that there's a lot of men that suffers from this particular issue. However, there's a lot of ways how to improve, and there's a lot of let's say therapies where men can go and seek and find a way how to improve in this department. As we often know, um, that the majority of the men, right, um, the most important thing for a man is his money and sex. So when a man is having difficulties in this area, it must be quite traumatizing, or it must be a worrisome for the simple fact, you know, most men, they really put a lot of emphasis into their sexuality and the money. So you just imagine if you are in a relationship with someone that can hang with someone that suffers from pre-ejaculation. It might be stressful for the both of you, but more for the men because men, they have a tendency not to speak up about any issues that they have or they may encounter, whereas the females, we talk more, we share more of our personal infos in terms of certain related issues that we may encounter, and depending the relationship that you develop with someone, you may be open to speak about to that person about an issue that you encounter. However, men are totally different. The majority of the men, you know, especially men that I know, they speak about sports. They may speak about depending where they at in life, But the majority of the men, when they hanging together, they don't touch these subjects like we do. So today we're gonna touch these subjects. So if you're a man that watches Hablandoconbelili, HCB, so hey, pay attention to this detail, because you may not be suffering from this issue, but you may be able to help someone, maybe a friend or someone that you know that suffers from pre-ejaculation. Pre-ejaculation, it could happen to anyone, and depending the age. If the man is immature, yes, he may suffer from this issue. But then again, um, I was reading about it. The majority of the time when this happens, sometimes to a man, depending his sexual activities. Let's say if a man is dating someone that is out of state, or dating or is in a relationship with someone that are not really active sexually. What happens if a man goes maybe 3 or 4 weeks, or even less than that, if he's not that active with his partner, he may encounter this type of issue for the simple fact that the excitement, um, and so many issues can go into this, but the majority, if you're a woman, you in a relationship with a man that you're not sexual active with him, you may find it that yes, he may not hang. He's gonna go in within a minute. He's already done, for the simple fact that he's not being active frequently to have that expand. And then again, too, it has to do sometimes it has to do with the diet of the man. What are you eating? What are you drinking? Are you drinking a lot of beer? Are you smoking a lot? Are you abusing your body? Are you not exercising? Heavy weights, all of that stuff can be, part of a man that is suffering from this issue. To look into that, the diet is highly important. And then again, too, the relationships that this man is encountering. If a man, is not active, he's active every 2 months, you may suffer from that. If the man is not mature enough to be able to hold on to the excitement, he may suffer from this issue too. So let's talk about a little bit too about men that confuses this whole situation, and they go seek for non-professional help. So that will enhinder um, your situation if you're suffering from this and you don't know why, and you're gonna go, let's say, confide with friends, and they're gonna say to you, drink this or eat this type of stuff. Personally, y'all shouldn't be doing that, for the simple fact your friend may say to you, drink that, drink this, but you may be drinking the wrong stuff. So most of the time, is highly important for a man that's suffering from um, pre-ejaculation at the time that he's going, or he has intimacy, is highly important. It's recommendation to go seek a professional help, for the simple fact you may be suffering from any other issues. It may not even be what you think of, it may be something else. Also too, I read about that most men that who already suffer from STD probably in the past, they may encounter to have a premature ejaculation. And men that are with different in different relationships without protecting themselves. There's a lot of men that carries chlamydia, they don't even know, for the simple fact they don't really go get checked out like female do. The majority of the women, once a year, you may go for your checkup, or every 6 months, however you do it. But um, the women, they are more of aware of their body, and they know when there's something is wrong, and they know when there's something that that is not matching, and they may seek immediate help. However, most men, they don't seek immediate help. There's men that they don't even get a yearly checkup. There's a lot of men walking around with all type of sickness, and they just don't know what's going on with their body. Not all of them, because I know a lot of men that really care for themselves, that they get a checkup done, they go and seek help, they get checked out. But there's a huge percentage of men that they don't get checked out. And sometimes by the time they go get checked out, it's already something else. Sickness already developed for the simple fact that they didn't care, or they didn't take the time to care for themselves at an early time. So it's highly important for us as a mothers, sisters, and wives to encourage the men in our life, our children, especially the males, to care for themselves, to always check. Be cautious. If you're going out there, um, you being intimate with maybe random people, you need to care for yourself. You need to take care that you need to protect yourself. And not only that, not even protecting from suffering from pre-ejaculation, you got to protect yourself. At this moment, there's a study, um, the increase of HIV um, infection have gone higher for the simple fact that there's a lot of people right now, they are careless. They going around out there being intimate with people they don't even know, or being in random intimacy and without protecting themselves, and next minute you're already coming out with something. So it is a recommendation, it is recommended that if you encountering different sex partners out there, protect yourself. Don't just go with the rhythm. If someone has not brought in a certified documentation that they don't have this, they don't have that, you shouldn't be that open to go and have unprotected sex with no one, because you don't know what people are doing. You know what you're doing, but that other person, you don't know where people are. You don't know what they're doing. You just don't know. Sometimes us often in life we live in uncertainty for the simple fact, I only know what I do. You only know what you do, and you're not responsible for other people' behavior. Every human being is responsible for themselves. So, um, let's talk a little bit too about men that have suffered, let's say, STDs, probably in the past, or probably they have it. Yes, that may cause a man to not to be able to hang or hold it down how he's supposed to, for the simple fact that he has other issues that it may hindering his sexual activity. And sometimes too, uh, during a relations, or during sexual activity with someone, um most men, they think they have to go 30 hour, they watch movies just to see all these things. No, those are fictions. When you see a movie here, a man is having a relationship with someone that he goes on for hours. No, those are pieces of movies that was cut and pasted together and just give you that illusion this is happening. No, a man should, or shouldn't go on more than 10, 15, 20 minutes the most. After that, it's random. And what happens sometimes too, if a man is going more than 20 minutes, meaning he may be enhancing his sexuality. So let's talk a little bit about enhancement. A lot of men out there, a young men, are taking Viagra. You shouldn't be taking Viagra if you are in the phase of between 20, even 50, depending on your sexuality. If you don't need Viagra, you shouldn't be taking Viagra, because what you're doing to your system, you hindering your male, because you're taking something that you may not even need it. Most of the time, Viagra or sexual enhanced medicine, majority of the time they are prescribed for people that have either suffered some type of issue with a male organ. For example, someone that had suffered prostate cancer, they may prescribe Viagra for the simple fact he already had issue with his prostate. Or it could be that that person had a a STD, a huge STD. For example, probably the person had a gonorrhea. So that person may suffer from male dysfunction. What they usually do with those issues, they do prescribe a medicine, a pill to enhance those situations to be able to have either relations with a partner or with themselves. But if you are a person or you are a man that healthy, on and going, you shouldn't be using Viagra. You should be using your own natural steam to be able be active or have a relation with someone. And oftentimes we see that a lot with a lot of men that they want to enhance because it is an illusion in their head that they have to be with a woman more than 30 minutes, more than an hour to prove their manhood. You don't prove your manhood by going on for hours and hours on during your actions. That at the same time, that is boring. If you going for 20 hours and you can't stop, that means you having an issue. So, like I said earlier, most men, the most things that they worry about is the money in their pocket and sex. So, if a man is having an issue, is having a dysfunction, he got to be worried because it must be embarrassing for someone to be intimate with somebody and you can't deliver. Most of the time, when you're in an action with someone, you want to be able to deliver. You want to be able to enjoy your partner. You want to be able to enjoy yourself because that's the reason you're doing it, right? But if you having some type of dysfunction, it's recommended that to seek a professional help instead of going around seeking helps that are not professional or drinking things that you're not supposed to be drinking because God forbid you may drink or have the wrong stuff and you may encounter different type of issues that you're not even ready for. So today, our topic is talking about a issue that most men don't really talk about. We're talking about immature or premature ejaculation, where millions and millions of men suffers from, and sometimes they keep it on the hush hush. They don't speak about it because it is embarrassing. Sometimes they just let it linger. There's a lot of men that have this issue. Instead of going seeking help and be fixed, they have abstained to be with by themselves, not to engage in any relationships, or they just feel embarrassed to talk about it. But you shouldn't be embarrassed. You know, you got to think of you are a human being, and this could happen to anybody. This could happen to anyone. So if you're suffering from this issue or you see kind of difference, in your activity, you should pay attention to that. And then for the ladies too. The ladies, if you are in a relationship with someone that is not delivering, don't get upset. Talk to the person. And you as a man, you have to be able to listen up to because most men sometimes they don't want to listen. They think, you're putting them down. But no, having a communication about an issue, I think it's better off to sit down and talk about it and find a way how to fix it than letting it linger or getting upset. Because if someone calls your attention and says to you, well, this is not mashing up, it's because it's not mashing up. So you should be a man enough to say, you know what, wait a minute. If my woman is telling me I can't hang, I'm not lasting, let's figure it out. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because you got to remember too, if you're in a relationship, especially toxic relationship, um in a relationship with a woman that is already damaged or you damaged her morally, spiritually, emotionally, that woman is not going to be in tune to be actually um ready for you all the time. So if you had an issue with someone, with your partner, a year, 2 years ago, you never solved the situation, don't think that out of blue, that woman is just going to come and surrender to you. It's not going to happen. You got to fix those issues. So that's why it's highly important to sit down a time to speak about things that bothers us, things that makes us move, things that makes us uncomfortable. It's highly important to sit down and talk about those things because that's what makes us whole. And most of the time, we run from the reality. We get upset when we are told that we're not measuring up in certain ways instead of us saying, okay, then how can I fix this? how can we find a solution to this issue? And then if you don't come to ground to find a solution to some issues, it's never going to be healed. You're never going to find that sense of solace and be whole and be ready and enjoy life, right? Because we often say we only live once. Have we really? Are we really living with the say that we only live once the majority of the time? No, we don't really pay attention to that because we're in emotions. We always looking for the next step. We're looking for money. We're looking for a life existence. We're looking for love. We're looking for a lot of things as a human being, and it is our made. And sometimes we can't even um, expand from it for the simple fact sometimes our mind is already conditioned just to think about um, the immediate resolution, but we're not thinking about okay then um, what if we don't we visit certain issues, we visit certain parts in our lives to where we could gain more of uh, relatable. Yeah, we could gain more of openness to someone to sit down and talk to us, and then for us to share with someone. So the topic today, it is about pre-ejaculation, immature ejaculation. Most men suffers from this. We hear stories. Um, Sometimes we see it among each other. We see these issues that goes on and goes on, and next minute the person is already old. The person just left it alone. They never deal with the issues, and then it becomes sometimes into divorce, or it becomes to a lot of issues in life. So let's try to fix those issues, especially you men, um, which we dearly love. We want our man to be healthy. We want our man to be whole and to be secure about yourself. Because sometimes when you're insecure, um, it builds more issues. So you just imagine your manhood is your money, is your sex, is your wealth. But if you have an issue in our department, your self-esteem will drop. You will not have the courage to holler at anybody that you may like out there, or you may not even have the audacity to say, well, you know what, I love this woman, or I like this woman, let me just do what I have to do. You may not have that encouragement for the simple fact you have this issue that is hindering your life. So I hope you like this topic today, and we will continue bringing different topics, especially for the man. It's highly important for us to touch up on those stories. Dysfunctioning. Dysfunctioning is not a good thing for a man, period. Oh, let's talk about vitamins. It is important for you men, take good vitamins, drink a lot of water, clean up your system. Sometimes men, not all of them, but there's sometimes men that just eat and eat. You shouldn't be just eating. You should be take time to cleanse, exercise. That's another form of staying healthy. Go create a module with yourself. Get up early, hit the gym. If you don't like going to the gym or you don't have time going to the gym, create a gym in your home. Create a little space for you. 5, 10, 20 minutes. That don't take too much of your time for you to say, okay, let me create this moment for me, because it is highly important for you to have your moment. Eat well, eat your vegetables. Now it's summertime. It's the best time now that you can find all type of fruits. It's the best time for you to find all type of vegetables. Have your garden salad. Skip sometimes from meats that bleeds. Skip sometimes from the toxic drinks. Skip that. Create a moment for you. Create a wholeness for you. I know sometimes it's good to talk about it, but done it is totally different. But it's highly important. The same way us as women, we are caring for us. It's the same way it's important for all the men in this world, all the men that sees this program, for you to take time to care for you, care for your mental wellness, care for your health overall, because your health is your wealth. Your health is your wealth. So create a program. Get a calendar. Create some certain days that you may want to go to run, that you may just want to listen to your music without any other people around you. Create those moments for you. Your vitamins, there's a lot of good drinks out there that you may want to take your natural drinks. um, so you could just, become the man that you were before. Maybe 20 years before, you will use the it, but now, you're lacking. Probably you're lacking some vitamins. You lacking, some space. Create those moments, because believe it or not, if it's caught early, you could become the man that you always wanted. You could see men during a 60s, even 70s, 80s, still having babies. Why they still having babies? Because the majority of those men, they were able to take care of themselves. Remember, you as a man, you could still have babies up to age 100. It's not like us. At a certain time period in life, women we just can't, continue bearing kids. But a man, you are totally different. So our encouragement tonight: take care of you, take care of your health. Your health is your wealth. Don't just go ramping around not caring about your male organ. Your male organ is highly important. Hygiene is highly important. Highly important. Shower up. If you are a man that sweats a lot, you got to take care of that. You get to your home, to your destination, make sure you take a shower. Change your underwear every day. Care for you the same way you care for your feet, the same way you care for your hands and hair. That's the same way you should be caring for your male organ. That is there for a reason. That's your money making. That is your baby making, right? That is your happiness making. So make sure you have that in tune. You have that in the right place. But you got to care for it. You got to talk to it. You got to check it out. What's going on with it? If you're lacking, if having these episodes that you go in, not even a minute, you become a half a minute man. Encourage you, mentally facilitate your mind that you're not going to continue living like that. Seek a professional help. There's a lot of professionals out there that are willing. Either you could have phone therapy, you could do Zoom therapy. There's all type of therapies out there that you should be seeking if you're suffering from premature ejaculation. So this is my part for tonight. We should be coming back here next week on Sundays, and we will be discussing different lot of topics. And then if you have a topics that you want me to speak about, we are here open, and just send out either email to hablandoconbelili at gmail.com, or hablandoconbelili at gmail.com, or at hablandoconbelili.com. So don't forget that. Or you could just send me a regular message. I will respond to you. But I do encourage you tonight, listen up. Listen to Hablando con Belili, which is HCB, but also we want you to subscribe to our channel. Make us let's get together to make this channel to be one of the best channels ever. But without your support, we won't be able to get there. So the same way you have helped me to upgrade, to make this happen on Facebook, that's the same way we are calling up on you tonight for you to subscribe to our channels and give us a like and follow us. We are on Instagram, we are here on YouTube and Facebook. So if you need an interview, we are open. So with that said, I'm going to say goodbye to you guys, and thanks for all your support. So we should be back here next week on Sunday at 9 p.m. So thank you so much. Thank you. So we're saying goodbye to you all. Bye. Adiós para todos.